the
He
Mexican
still
fans.
got by though. He's not like he got knocked out
He,
like Dillian White.
yeah, but Dillian White fought a way better opponent too.
You think so?
Dude, Povetkin is a legend.
I mean, he was a legend. You
Dude,
know.
dude, look at Povetkin's fight. Look at Povetkin's fight with Michael Hunter, dude. Like, how did he bounce back from that and was putting hands on him
Man,
too?
I felt like he lost that fucking fight.
Yeah, he could have lost that fight, but the fact that it's competitive and he's
Did
40
they
and he's
give it a draw or what happened?
it was a draw.
Oh, because I was about to say if they gave it to him, that's fucked up.
It was a draw, but they both hurt each. So Michael hurt him early, and then
Michael,
Povetkin
he
hurt.
just got tired because he thought he was going to get him out of there early.
Yeah, but that's we gotta give credit to Povetkin for being a veteran and surviving.
Staying, yeah, exactly. Some people don't know how to do that. Like them UK dudes, they just fold under pressure. They going, Brad, what's up with that shit? Oh, UK dudes is
The
just
Mexican
folding them.
fighters have been fucking their shit up, dude. With the combination, it's the pressure, the combination punching,
I think it's just the pressure too, as well.
like
Um,
physical or mental.
just like a little bit of both, because they're just like, what's that guy name? Laura, the one Laura that he fought. What
Oh,
Warrington? Is it Warrington? Like, dude,
oh, Josh
they'll hit.
Warrington fought.
Yeah,
Yeah, that guy.
they'll hit these fighters, these Mexican fighters, with like their best combinations and punches, and they'll notice that these Mexican boxers don't stop, and they keep on going, and they just have nothing for them after that, and
Yeah,
they
you
just
gotta.
fall over.
Those fights are always really good, though. That's like really like visually satisfying is watching like the pressure just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, and then finally the guy just fucking takes a knee.
Man, seriously, dude, you know it was a good fight, an underrated fight. That
What?
Benavidez versus that black dude he just fought. I forgot his name.
Ellis.
Ellis. Yeah, that was a good fight. If only that dude had a little bit more power, he probably could have got to him. And that's why I feel like Charlo, man, you should go ahead and fight this guy
Dude,
because look
Charlo
at
would
this guy
win.
just did to David Benavidez.
Charlo
Even
said
though
that
David
himself.
Benavidez won by TKO, you know,
Yep,
you
but
he was still
Charlo's
walking him down.
like I don't think anyone thinks that Charlo's getting knocked out. Like Charlo can fucking explode on this guy. He has good defense. He has a great jab. He sets his shit up. Like you can win this fight. It's just like my thing with Charlo is like so much talent and like it's like he's like this obsession with clout. Like he's like no, these guys only want to fight me because of clout. Like oh like
It's like,
I only fight bigger names than me. Like I won't fight a guy who's a smaller name than me.
you know
And
what
he
I think
can't
it is?
what?
I feel like these guys, they're trying to preserve their health and their, well being before taking the risk like that. They want to fight. If they want to risk, they want to risk it against the higher echelon of fighters,
Yeah,
And I feel like that's kind of,
legacy.
yeah, you can get the people. It's all about the people. Yeah, that's instant money right there. But if you fight this guy and beat him, that lets you walk into the next deal with more leverage.
Floyd only got Floyd had like a 30% split when he fought Oscar De La Hoya.
De La
Why? He's
Hoya.
number one pound.
And these guys, they act like they don't understand history. Like, dude,
Uh,
did you not see your favorite fighter do this?
yeah, it's like you gotta beat this guy, and then when you come in, you and then it breaks the pay-per-view record, and then guess what? Now you're the A side forever.
Exactly.
But sometimes you gotta earn
And
these
it's
fight.
so simple,
You gotta earn these fights. Just like Floyd wanted to fight Oscar before. Oscar was like, oh, he's not a big name. Floyd pressured the fight by beating guys like he beat Zab, he beat Baldemir, and then he beat Corrales, and then it creates pressure. But right now, you're not creating any pressure because
Pressure, you're not.
any Canelo fan can just say, oh well, who has he beat? What has he done to earn this? So there's no pressure.
Exactly. When meanwhile, he can knock out Andre, and then he can fuck around and fight David Benavidez.
See, I think Charlo has the best chance to beat Canelo, right? But I don't want him to. Like, I'd rather Andrade beat him because I know Andrade will fight anybody if he was like in that position.
Man, they'll never, ever, ever, ever put Andre in there with fucking Canelo, dude.
Yeah, he's
And
gonna
people
have.
said, "Oh, he looks so terrible." I'm telling you, dude, you can't train for the way he's gonna come fighting. So that makes it difficult.
Yeah, but also it's that I think you need high level experience before you fight a guy like the number one pound for pound. Like if
Man,
like your first big fight cannot be Canelo. Like you're going to lose. Like you need it doesn't need to be big in terms of like attraction, but like it needs to be against another elite opponent.
Some of these dudes, they feel like David Benavidez and stuff. They're harder than opponents than Canelo. David
So
Benavidez's dad said Charlo is a harder opponent to beat than Canelo.
yeah, I mean,
What do you think about that statement?
do I think that he's a harder opponent for David
Because
Benavidez?
his speed, his athleticism, and his combination and power, it's
Well,
not it's not something
st-
to just easily deal with.
so style wise, I actually do think that Charlo would be harder for Benavidez, but I don't know if it's a harder challenge in general.
I think he can just smother Canelo and beat him, dude. I really
Who?
feel like what's his name? Either or, Benavidez or
Dude,
Canelo.
Benavidez is not beating Canelo, dude. He's going to get outboxed. It's going to be
You think he's gonna get
embarrassing.
outboxed?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
he
going.
could. I can see that happening. I
And
can also see that happen.
like
I
some,
really do. I'm saying the
I
way he
know
can beat him if he tries to smother Canelo and just throw like he does, throw all them combinations and bunches.
yeah,
Because how long can Canelo do that head movement shit? Can't do that forever.
but then he also has to worry about Canelo hitting him,
That's true.
and Canelo counters.
Yeah.
So
And you know David Benavidez like to keep his hands down like
yeah,
this.
he does that, and then he leads like he'll like throw like really obvious shit. Like when he was fighting Ellis, like he threw like two left hooks, and he was like leaping with that shit, like as he was trying to exit out the side. And if you do that, like Canelo will counter with the right hand, like he'll just duck and counter over with the overhand and then slip out.
That's
So
true. Man, people talk about Caleb Canelo and Caleb Plant. Man, Canelo will beat Caleb Plant. I don't care what nobody say. Dude, Caleb Plant, I just been seeing like a digress. I haven't really seen like him like increasing like he's been on his own European tour his damn self, to be honest. Ever since
well,
he fought Yuskowski, who has he fought since then?
well,
Literally.
I think he's fought like two guys since then, and they're all both bad. Like he fought Trox, but Trox is way past what he used to
I
be.
know Trox. He's from Minnesota. I've seen him fight. I swear to God. Went to Caleb Truax versus Peter Quillen here in Minnesota. Dude, I fell asleep in the crowd because I was
What,
like, dude, this is
dude?
fucking boring.
That's
I
from your
swear to
hometown. You
God,
can't
man.
do that to your guy.
Hey, my fucking guy. He ain't from the city. He's from out of there somewhere.
Minnesota's Minnesota, my guy.
You said what?
Minnesota's Minnesota.
Hell no. It's different parts. But yeah, man. That shit was just funny, dude. I also seen Yurjum fight too.
You saw wait Yildirim fight who?
Anthony Durrell.
Oh yeah, you told me that you saw that one. People
Hell
said that
yeah.
fight was close though.
Yep. It was pretty close, but he was still leading on the cards because he was throwing the more effective punches.
I can't
Also
believe.
seen that. Also seen what's his name fight Sebastian Fedora, the 7 foot guy.
Yeah,
He fought Jamonte Clark, and I'm telling you, he lost that fight. Go rewatch that fight.
yeah.
Have you
A
seen
lot
that?
of. No, I actually haven't, but I would watch it.
Yeah, go rewatch that shit. But you think Billy Joe's gonna take over, man?
No, I think Billy Joe's gonna lose, but I think he's gonna make it the distance. Like everyone's talking like he's gonna get knocked out, and I just don't see that happening. What do you think about Canelo's trainer recently said that they would like. What do you think about Canelo versus Better BF? Are you gonna say some slanderous things about Better BF right now?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking because better be of like I don't see the hype around this guy.
Dude, Better BF he's like another
He'll
Triple
beat
G.
Beeble. He'll beat Beeble for sure.
Yeah, Bevel didn't look good in his last fight. I mean, he won.
But
He
he's in a
clearly
weight
won.
class like who else is in that weight class that can really pose a threat to better be?
No, because Joe Smith is gonna get assassinated.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, Joe Smith Jr.
yeah. So
Oh
that's
yeah. Okay. I'm gonna keep it 100. I was one of the people who said I feel like Joe Smith Jr. would knock out Better BF.
no.
But
You're on.
now I think it's like if he doesn't ship up now and do something quick, he's not gonna beat Better BF.
Yeah,
Cause he was gas, man.
dude. Better
Hey, but
BF.
that crowd saved his ass. That
Yeah, they
crowd
start.
hype.
I thought I had I heard a lot of people saying it was drawn. I felt like it was gonna be a draw too. I didn't score it, but I was like, oh, this fight is like really even.
it was really even, but I see why they gave it to Joe because it was moments where the crowd was just like cheering and he was really like,
I don't know how he like
you know,
he looks
I
so
like that
tired.
though.
Yeah, I like shit like
He
that.
did look so tired and
And
he
then
looked
all of a
like
sudden,
so
just this,
sluggish. Like,
and then all of a sudden, this big burst of like combinations out of nowhere. That left
I
hook.
know. And that's like, what if he went in there with better BF? Like,
Yeah,
he's getting tagged up and
they're
he's
gonna
tired and they're both
yeah.
tired and then he just knocks him out, knocks
Yeah,
better BF out. That would be
not
some like fight of the year candidate
that
type
would be some
shit.
Rocky shit, but sadly that's not gonna happen. He's gonna get he's gonna get knocked out, and then the fans are gonna scream. They're gonna be like, it's like you remember when Pacquiao got knocked out by Marquez, and like the whole crowd went wild, and they were like screaming like, get up!" But he was asleep. Like he's not gonna hear him. He's gonna be asleep. Like Pacquiao, and the ref is counting. Fucking Kenny
Oh,
Bayless is counting
I'm
for
not gonna
Pacquiao.
lie. When I seen that shit, I thought he was dead, bro.
Dude, that's
I
the best knockout I've ever seen in the lower weight classes. We've never seen someone. We see knockouts where the guy is like dizzy. Like he literally was asleep. Like he was asleep. They need
and
to get
for him to
smelling.
come back from that is crazy. So I don't understand why they say, "Oh, Wilder can't come back from his corner throwing in the
Well,
towel."
different people react differently. So
I don't.
we're yet to see because Pacquiao was knocked out twice early in his career and he came back and had that long thing. But
Dude,
that's
I'm telling you, if I was a boxer and my wife see me get knocked out like that, she'll make sure I never box again. Cause that shit looks so bad, dude. Like he was on the floor for like how many seconds?
he was on there for like more than a couple minutes because then they turn him around and then you have to be really careful. You have to get smelling salts. Then you get the smelling salts and then he wakes up and then you can't move him. Then you have to like, kind of like let him get up by himself and that
That's
shit.
scary.
A lot of people thought the Floyd fight would never happen after that shit because it was like no way that he can come
And that's
back.
why he and that's why people don't want to make that risk. And that brings us back to the conversation. People don't want to take that risk of trying to build up steam and you end up losing on the way up, and then it makes the fight look like
Yeah,
unless
people
if
were
y'all both have losses in the process,
yeah
like
because just
AJ and
like
Wilder.
Hurd and Jermell, both of those guys let the fight marinate.
Oh man, dude, like
They let that shit marinate for so long.
they
I
should
like her.
make that shit right after that Laura fight, but mandatories. And it's not no gear drill mandatory. It's a real, actual, freaking mandatory that can,
Nah,
fight that wants to win.
Hurd is my guy. He's from the DMV, you know. But that's more on him because he was like constantly like he fought that one. He fought a British guy on the Wilder undercard that was
Yeah,
fucking that
I remember that.
he lost, and that British fighter lost to a guy who had 100 losses.
What the
So,
fuck?
and then he was like, oh well, I want to fight you in the summer, Jermel. Like I call the shots, and then it's like then they both ended up losing. They both
But
lost.
this what happened. He didn't lose in that fight when he fought that British guy. He fought that British guy, right? And we were looking like, "Hurry, what are you doing? Why are you letting this guy punch on you like this?"
And then he hit him to
Right?
the body, right?
And then next thing you know, her just said, "Nah, fuck this shit." And it was just over. I
My
was
friend,
like, man, that made me know, like, dude, this dude got some serious fucking power.
well,
I
I
was
think
looking at him as like a Wilder in the 154 division, to be
nah,
honest.
he's not like that.
But he said something in it because I'm a big fan of her. He said something. He was like, man, my couple fights before, like, what's his name, Williams. I really just wanted to fight off of pure athleticism and determination. And I'm like, damn, that's really rough, dude. If you go look at it, it's true.
Yeah, that's he was known as the guy who puts a high guard up and he puts his face on your chest and he just keeps wailing on you till you're tired and then he knocks you out.
Yeah. And
And
he's
I
so
mean you
freaking big for that weight class. You're like, what the fuck?
I don't know how
Dude,
he makes that weight.
man, I always bring this up because I remember watching it on my TV screen, man, at my pop's crib. His TV screen. He has a 70-inch screen, right? And we're watching the fight, him versus Laura. Dude, I'm like, man, how the heck is he like taking all these punches and still coming at dude?
Yeah, Lara was fighting to survive in those final rounds.
Man, like
And then he gets
at
a
first
knockdown
Laura
to get
was
the one.
popping him with good shots, dude.
Lara's still really good. Did you see that fucking knockout recently?
You think he beats her now?
No, hell no.
You
Dude,
still don't think he can beat him?
No, he's getting older. Fighters don't get better with time; they get worse.
Yeah, I actually seen Laura fight Canelo's brother in person.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That
That
that guy's a
shit was
war.
funny because he looked like a fucking diet Canelo. And he got his ass knocked out.
He said in the face off, he was like, "Hey, I'm not Canelo." He said, I'm not my brother. I'm gonna come at you."
The
And
fuck out of here. That shit was
yeah,
kind of bad. I was like, man, I don't even know why, but it
yeah,
was
dude.
short.
All that sucks when you're fucking like the whole family. Like you got like one star, and then like everyone's like, "Oh, like I want to box too now." And you know how many times Canelo has to watch his fucking brothers get their ass beat?
And kidnapping shit.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
I know, right?
I was gonna say this, but I don't think anyone would agree with me. I was gonna tweet. I was gonna say that Floyd pound for pound is a harder puncher than Canelo is pound for pound
You think so?
because
I don't know, man.
Floyd at
Canelo's
one
knocking
thirty.
dudes out, dude. I
He's not
mean, who he knock
again
out?
who's
Kovalev,
right coming up
Yildirim,
old Yildirim. What the monster that guy was, boogeyman of 168.
Amir Khan. You
Okay, Amir
know,
Khan, a welterweight, yes. Oh,
who else? Rocky Fielding.
what a legend that guy is. Put him in the history books. Him and Lennox Lewis.
Damn, if you put it that way, who has he really knocked out?
Dude, the fight that should have been like, oh, like he should have knocked the guy out. He should have knocked out Miguel Cotto, and then we would have been like, oh, this is like a good guy. But no, like not even
I
that.
heard that that Oscar De La Hoya was actually pissed off at Canelo for fighting Shane Mosley because he told him he's like, man, if you're gonna fight Shane
Yeah,
Mosley at this
how did you
age,
not knock?
you're gonna have to knock him out,
And he did knock him out. He
and he
didn't.
did knock him out.
Did he drop Shane? I don't know if he dropped Shane. I think he did drop
He
Shane.
hit. No, I think Shane said he got hit so hard, but something in his head was telling him to not get down, and he just stood
Mhm.
up with Canelo the whole fight.
That's Shane to be that old, and he was like still going the distance with these guys.
Exactly, Canelo was looking like a fucking monster. I don't know, man. It's like when he was at the lower weight class, either his opponents was really small or he was just really big compared to his opponents.
Yeah,
Because
but
in that Cotto fight, he looked like he was freaking the
he
Hulk
looks
in that freaking fight. He
like the
was,
only guy
I
who's like
don't
looked
know,
like
man.
his size is Triple G. Triple G looks
Yeah,
a little bigger sometimes.
and in that
It's a
Canelo,
it's a shame with Triple G that he didn't get the big fights because now like we'll never know what he really like if he was really like that all time great middleweight like
all he has to do is just fight the black opponents right in front of him, but he doesn't want to do that shit.
no I
That's
mean
what pisses me off.
he's 39 now, right? So if he loses, there's always going to be the question of would this version the younger version of Triple G have won?
It
So
don't matter because regardless, his career is just like his
that's
reputation
what
is just gonna be trash now.
I feel slightly bad for him, but then I don't because I was like, oh, you should have fought Andre Ward when you had the chance. So you should have done with what Roy Jones did when he was in your exact same position and he couldn't get any fights at 160. Okay, cool, no problem. I'm gonna go up a weight class and fight the best guy, who's like the number three
And
pound for pound
he
fighter.
said he will go up in weight class and fight these guys.
Yeah, and he didn't say. And Triple G was like, oh, like let's fight at 164. It's like, bro, what you're talking like you're like the small ass middleweight. You're not like you're not fooling anybody, bro. You and Andre are this. He's like, oh yeah, 154.
And
No,
then his English is so bad, he said it on tape like, man, he's just too much for me, man.
oh my
Hey, you know he
goodness.
also said too. I remember reading the boxing scene articles, and he was like, "I'm scared of Derevchenko because I sparred him before.
But he said
He's
that
a really
before their fight.
yeah." He said, "I'm scared of him. I'm scared of this match." And look what the fuck happened. One of the worst
Yeah,
performances ever. I feel, dude, I damn near had a heart attack watching that fight, dude. I swear to God, because
because the referee.
I was just so like amped because I'm like, dude, Derevchenko was kicking Triple G's ass, and then the ref does this crazy shit in the fifth round, and I'm like, what the fuck?
I was like, oh my goodness. When the first round happened, he knocked him down. I was like, oh, Triple G still got it,
Yeah,
like he's
he still
yeah.
got it,
And then the fucking body punch just came in, and he was having like the
and he
PTSD
was doing that
flashbacks to
Lomachenko shit where he like goes around you and
yeah.
pivots, and he's like ah. I was like, dude, he was putting it on him, and I'm like, dude, he actually. So what do you think? Let's be honest. Do you feel like Derevchenko had a better performance against Canelo, me against Triple G? than the Canelo and Triple G first fight. I know I probably fucking rephrased that or phrased it wrong, but
I get what you mean. You're
you
saying
get what I'm saying, right?
did he do better than Canelo did in the first fight? And the answer is
Yes,
yeah, he did. He
basically,
should have won.
exactly.
Derevchenko.
Everybody says no because he got dropped.
Actually, I don't really hear it. Like when you mention that fight, the Triple G fans disappear.
They do, man. If you go to the
When you
comment section, they be like, "Man, I'm a fan of Triple G, but dude, you lost this fight. A hard pill to
what
swallow."
Yeah, that's tough. I've had to do that shit before. I'm a big Anthony Yard fan, and when he lost to Arthur, I was like, dude, he was like tweeting. He was like, "Oh, I think I won that fight," and I was like, "Nah, my guy,
Dude,
you
I was
lost
like,
that shit."
hell no, you lost that shit. I seen that. I was like, oh no, dude.
I was like,
I
I
don't know.
tweeted,
You notice something different about him? He was kind of buff in that, not the Canelo fight, the Kovalev fight.
he's still buff, dude.
But I don't know. In that Arthur fight, he was kind of slim.
Well,
Go look at it again, man. I
maybe
swear
it
he
was,
was much bigger in the Kovalev fight.
maybe it's a cardio thing that he's like afraid of, like not. He doesn't want to do lose the because he got so tired. Maybe he was like, okay, I'm gonna do more cardio now, and then he lost some muscle in the process.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's exactly it. To be honest, because
I
think
mean,
about it.
you know
He
what's
was
crazy?
buff as shit, and he got tired as fast as hell.
Yeah. Tunde, I think, is a good trainer because if you look at the skill set of Anthony Yarde, you go like, okay, this guy clearly has skills. So who taught them that? Tunde, right? But he's so fucking delusional about shit that he was like, when he lost to Kovalev, they were like, okay, what are you guys going to change? And you know what he said? He was like, we're going to change nothing. We just need more time to do, like, his argument is that, oh, like, with more time, there'll be more experience and then he'll just get better via that. Like, we're not going to change anything. And I was like, I don't want to hear that shit.
That sounds so stupid because now we know the blueprint to beat you.
Yeah, well, I mean, now it took another loss, but now I think they're gonna go on the right track now.
The best thing for Anthony Yard to do is get the hell out. You can keep Tunde with you, but just get the hell out of the UK.
Now,
Go to
dog,
America or something.
they brought in a new UK trainer, a light heavyweight Commonwealth British champion is now the new addition to Anthony Yard's team.
Commonwealth, huh?
Yeah, it's a prestigious belt there.
That you talking about that rainbow belt?
Yeah, it's like a rainbow color.
I don't know about that, man.
Oh, I was gonna tell you, I was
He needs to come here to the States and train with the brothers here because you're over here trying to imitate the Philly shell, looking all types of crazy, getting caught with overhand rights and jabs all night. It's like, what the fuck?
yeah, but a lot of
He
fighters here
has power, but
can't
I
even
don't
do
know,
it.
man. Somebody needs to teach him like how to set it up, like how to set up the punch where you throw a jab and then you come in and hit him with a body shot, and then step back. Somebody needs to teach him that shit. He goes in
Well,
there on
he's
his
done.
just he walks in the Philly shell towards his opponent. Like, what is that?
Well,
And
he's
doesn't
shown
switch to high
some of
guard
that.
like Floyd
He
does.
he's shown some of that, but it hasn't been against the elite. So we need to see against the elite. So yeah, until then. But I was going to tell you about the. I rewatched Wilder versus Areola the other day, right? Because the Andy fight was coming up, and I watched it. And I was like, "Whoa!" Like Wilder looked good as shit in this fight, and I tweeted that beforehand.
Yeah.
And you want to know what a coincidence there that I found in that fight? Guess who was the main guy in the corner in that fight?
Who?
The one and only, the Mark Breland, dude.
The Mark Breland, huh? Yep.
Yeah.
I know. And that's the thing. For Mark Breland to be with this guy for all these years and then turn around and
No,
say
but
he's negative,
Danny, he
say he's on
looked.
MTK. It's like, what the fuck, dude?
Well, I mean, Wilder started it, but uh,
He couldn't just have said anything.
nah,
He a
you
grown
can't do
ass
that.
man.
You gotta say something. And you look guilty.
No.
Uh,
I could have been like, I would have been like, as a grown ass man, I would be like, dude, I don't have to explain myself because look at my track record of doing things. I've never been a man of this character. I don't believe this guy. I wouldn't do nothing like this to this brother. And if he believes this, I apologize. It wasn't me.
he
That's
could
how
have
you
said
do it.
that, but he's also
You
probably
don't
emo.
go on MTK and say, this Negro don't jump rope. This Negro don't hit the bag.
I agree. Well, no, he said he does hit the pads. It was the fucking the heavy bag. I've
Yeah,
already
he don't
explained
hit
that
the heavy bag. This Negro don't know how to jump. Come
Wilder,
on. Come on, man. Why would you
dude,
do that? Like,
because he was
it,
hurt, man.
let's
He
be
was
real.
hurt.
If you were a lawyer, right? if you're a lawyer, right? You're the lawyer. I'm the prosecutor,
You
and
always say
I'm
not to
like,
say something. You always say not to say something.
right, and
But
I'm
this isn't a
like,
court of law.
I'm just saying we got to look at it like that, dude. Because think about it. If you were the defense lawyer and I'm the prosecutor, and I'm like, okay, so we don't, this Mark Breland, he's a legend. He did all this. He's an Olympic gold medalist, all that shit. He wouldn't do nothing like this, right? And I'm like, yeah, he wouldn't do nothing like that. And then imagine me being like, well, listen to what he said on MTK, uh, a publication ran by Tyson Fury's fucking advisor, Daniel
Wait,
Kinnigan.
it's not
And
unempty.
then he
Is it?
says all this crazy shit. He doesn't jump rope. He doesn't do the bag. And then I show you a clip of Wilder doing everything he says he doesn't do.
Yes, but
Now it brings
that's post.
suspicion to this guy.
No, but that's
He could have just
post
not said
Fury
anything.
one, because again, Wilder stopped doing these things once he won the title, and he only started
Ah,
again.
man.
He only started again after. He only started again after the draw with Fury because he wanted to go back to the
Okay.
fundamentals, which he has said himself. Like, stopped doing what I was supposed to doing because it was so easy to knock these guys out. And then he went back to it. So credit to him for that. But no, so I would be like, yeah, we gotta, this guy disparages our character. We gotta disparage this guy's character right back.
Not on the
Just,
enemy's platform.
dog,
And then what
it's
about
not an
okay, he
enemy.
said that, but then he also said, well, you know, I don't
What he
even have
shouldn't have.
Wilder's number. And you know what made it look so suspicious? When he said this. He said, well, he was basically talking shit about JD's. I'm paraphrasing, but he was like, well, JD's, he's so damn fucking blind and stupid, he couldn't even find out if they had a damn whatever in his glove. Why would you say that about JD's? What did JD's do?